Good evening from Amaury. It's the 12th of September 2022. It's just after 7 p.m, but it's almost reaching the gloaming. Um, the sun's down behind behind the mountains already. So there we go. Um, I'm late on the go. I'm probably sounding a bit stressed. I think stress is probably too mild a word for it. I've had a real up and down day, no pun intended. But I was actually pleased, despite the way it kind of went. I was kind of pleased in a strange way that I'd been in touch with up and down. I mean, the situation was it was it was all over the place. It was meant to be a surprise visit, to the Vatican City in Rome, and I mean, despite all of up and down's periods as a nun in the convents and working at different nunneries across the UK and some parts of Europe as well at times, she had never actually been to the Vatican. So I had taken it upon myself to organise a trip. There was let's put it, a small element of logistics which had to be fulfilled, which meant being in touch today, which I did this morning. And the problem really is, I mean, I said to her, I mean, as I say, it's a surprise, but I said the whole idea of, and I think, in a sense, I think she was kind of, well, obviously surprised, but I think there's an element of shock and disbelief that I would go to these lengths. But I was trying to get her to see the Sistine Chapel, and of course St Peter's Basilica and stuff. And what I had done, just to I mean, I'm happy to share, is we booked into the Cavaliere in Rome itself. It's basically one of these hotels which are connected to the Waldorf Astoria hotel group. You've probably heard of the Waldorf Astoria in New York. Well, that's where it stems from. They've got several hotels. They are absolutely top of the range. So I thought, well, taking up and down to the Vatican, let's get something nice in Rome. And of course, we were going to be flying first class with Alitalia Airlines, but this is what I'm going to come to actually. So if you probably hear a bit of stress and tiredness within the voice, it's because I've quite a long day contacting different airlines and stuff. I'll fill you as I go along, but it's I mean, at the end of the day, I still feel like, despite everything, I still feel that I always feel drained after speaking to Up and Down, but I also feel that element of attachment to her. It's a feeling of well, at least I know that she's still happy and alive. I mean, I've been our confidant and chaperone on many trips in the past, and we've always got on pretty well. But unfortunately, I think because I really surprised her with this Vatican City trip, I think she got, let's just say, slightly spooked on the whole idea. Excuse me. I mean, what's really behind all this stuff today was I'd actually bought an engagement ring, and I was going to propose just outside the Sistine Chapel, but I don't know. Well, I've still got the ring. The trip's off. I'm still going to Rome, but she's not, because she's declined the offer. I mean, I hark back many times to the situation with her Mother Superior, and once again, I mean, when they were travelling between locations, they were always escorted in the older days with Mother Superior and other nuns. I mean, I have taken up and down on several nights out and in different locations, as a confidant and chaperone. But this one being slightly different, going all the way to Rome in Italy, it was going to be just too much for her. Personally, I think what's happened with her, I mean, I'm jumping about the story because it's been quite a jump about day, an up and down day, as I say, no pun intended. But what had happened was I bought her a box of Malteser chocolates a few years back. And it was just a token of, a gesture token of our friendship and how much I enjoyed her company. But what then occurred was she enjoyed the Maltesers and quite simply became addicted to them. And she hasn't told me the extent of the addiction on the Maltesers, but I do understand that she goes through about 4 to 5 boxes a day, which is quite a lot. She's still got all her teeth, but at the same time, it can't be doing her much good. I've said to her to cut back a wee bit, at least enjoy the odd one or two, but she selects handfuls. What she does is she buys the bags and boxes of Maltesers, and then she puts them in a great big basin that's normally used for washing, underwear and stuff like that. But she fills it with Maltesers, and she just nibbles her way through the whole stack. Day after day, night after night. It's normally, if you visit, it's normally the basin's topped up with Maltesers. Any season, any time of the year, day and night. But and she gets through them, I can tell you. But as I was saying, we had booked into the Cavalieri. Now, unfortunately, the Cavalieri is not going to refund anything for me on up and down's non-arrival. So that's a further expense. And the intention was to travel over to Venice as well, but I don't think I'll go to Venice. I've been several times, so it's really just to take up and down there. But what's happening is I'm not going to be able to propose as my intention was, and I mean, up and down, and I go back. I can remember when she was first discussed heading into the life of the convent, and I was kind of tried to strongly persuade her that if there's any regrets there, but she's not had any regrets apart from the business with Mother Teresa. In fact, she just told me there that she had to cut the grass with scissors. They didn't have a lawnmower, and she used to cut the grass. This is only one location, so let's not all blame all Mother Superiors for this stuff that was going on. And I can also remember the time that, just for a bit of fun, I ordered some ciabatta bread, but apparently she didn't like ciabatta bread because at one time, when she was in Florence, she didn't even get to the Vatican on that occasion, but she was based in Florence for about I think 6 or 8 weeks possibly. But Mother Superior bashed her over the head and knuckles with this ciabatta bread. I think that was done for 3 days in succession. I believe that's what she told me. I can't quite remember now, but simply the trip itself, it's not going to be the same. I mean, I'm still going, but it's definitely not going to be the same without her. Coming along on side. She's fantastic company, great company. Never short a conversation, and we we understand each other really well. I mean, she can be at times quite negative to me. Let's put it that way. But I don't really mind. Sometimes she does hit a few buttons, and I get a little bit upset. But at the end of the day, I understand her, and I don't really. I think it's just the way we are, and we both seem to get along with this. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but certainly I do feel much better when I've been in touch with her. I just feel like when there's silence, when I've mentioned quite a lot up and downs, not in contact. It could be. I can feel quite isolated at times, but when we have an argument or something like that, and on the telephone, or we at least we've spoken, and it's always nice. I mean, there's never any hard feelings on these arguments. It's just a case of that's the way it is, and we both accept that's the makeup of the day. But I'm feeling a bit, let's say, a little bit poorly that plans that I had envisaged in Rome itself and elsewhere are not now going to materialise. And then the reason it's been such an up and down day is Up and Down then decided to call me and decided that she would go. Of course, this is 25 minutes after I'd cancelled down all the bookings on our flight for Alitalia and lots of other things that there was permits, not permits, but passes we'd purchased and stuff to get to round about the museums and stuff at the Vatican and stuff. So the whole thing's kind of, and I said, well, why didn't you say that this morning you were going to go? She said, well, I've changed my mind. She says, I've eaten 26 Maltesers and I was feeling a bit better afterwards, so I thought I'll agree to go with you. But unfortunately, it was too late, so she's taken the huff again. And well, I don't think she's taken the huff. I think she's understood that sometimes you make a decision, or take too long to make your decision. Sometimes things can melt out and not materialise as they hope for. But it's a bit of a shame. I mean, I was rather hoping that she had just agreed immediately and said, that's a fantastic idea, cannot wait. And where did you say we were staying? I said it's the Rome Cavalieri, and she would have been really, really excited with that one. A lovely swimming pool and everything. But but there we go. These things happen. So, but as I say, I do feel quite stressed. I think I actually came up the road to make this footage this evening, and I realised I'd left it home without the camera or anything. So obviously there's always an impact after. I think Up and Down has a high degree of spirituality. I think she's in some sort of transformation at the moment, because she does tend to be able to have a very particular influence on my mood and how I feel. And I mean, she does elevate me at times, but she also can make my head, my brain seem rather vacant as I get stressed out with all that's going on. But I just know her so well, and just anyway, I hope we get another opportunity at some time to go to the Vatican together. But we'll see what happens. That's all I can say on that matter. We just don't know what lies ahead.